Good day, everyone. Josh Travers here from Remo3. Today's episode, we're going to be talking with James O'Regan, Product Marketing Manager from Liquidware. Welcome, James.
Thanks very much, Josh. It's great to be here.
For those of you not familiar, Liquidware provides a set of solutions for end user computing, specifically around end user environment monitoring, application layering, and digital experience and monitoring as well. However, we're very excited today because we're going to unpack and drill into a recent release from Liquidware's FlexApp solution. James, if you wouldn't mind, could you tell the audience what FlexApp is?
Basically, what we're talking about when we talk about FlexApp is if you think about a VDI desktop solution, you have various different layers, and you can utilize different layering solutions for managing the operating system. And what basically FlexApp is all about is you're abstracting the application from that OS or platform layer. So essentially what you're doing is you're reducing the number of images you have to manage, and then you can easily move those images to a new deployment method if it's required. With FlexApp, essentially what you can do is, it's there in the name. You have the flexibility to do whatever you want to do with the application. So you can, deploy it to certain groups of users. You can say when it's available, all this kind of thing. So it just makes it all a lot simpler in terms of managing your applications, because you're not having to open up the base layer every time you want to edit, change an application, etc.
You had me at image management. I know that is a very common challenge, right? There are some solutions there, but that is that's great information. Thank you for that. And in this recent release, as we start to unpack the feature set, the first one we're going to talk about is the FlexApp Packager API.
Yeah. So the API, the Packager API. I'm doing a podcast with yourselves. You guys look at applications and their application readiness, and basically this gives platforms such as yourself the ability to output as a FlexApp. So this is really exciting that we're able to now work directly in conjunction with companies such as Remo3 and be able to collaborate together.
We're very excited as well. Anytime we introduce APIs into the ecosystem, right, it's all about automation and connecting the multiple solutions.
Exactly. And that's the thing, that's the thing why you have an API, is so you can connect various different things together and put in automation processes around those, etc. So yeah, it's really exciting from our point of view, because it just means you give your customers or your partners the ability to do so much more with your solutions, because they can just tap into the API and pull out whatever data or make a connection to it, so it broadens the scope of things you can do with the particular solution.
I would think too, it makes your end users' lives a lot easier, right? Talking about large volumes of applications. Now we have a way to simplify that in terms of automating and orchestrating the packaging process.
Exactly, because if you take a typical enterprise, how many applications they have, it could be thousands. So right. If you can put in practice, ways to simplify and, as you said, automate that entire process, then that totally makes sense.
Well, thank you again for that. Let's go ahead and move down the list here, and the next one. Sure. Is containerizing any apps, including App V or MSIX. And, I did my preparation and I was combing your website, all of the white papers, but, talk to us a little bit about this.
So this is basically what we have, is the ability to be able to manage and deploy not just Flex apps. We can do it with MSIX or App V. It just increases the management capability we have, because we can do whatever you have and utilize it, but we can also do a conversion process and convert either an MSIX or a App V package into a Flex app, or you can just leave them and continue to manage them as are until such time that you take the step to convert them to Flex app. So it gives you the flexibility of both, essentially, that you can either convert them or leave them as is, but you put a management layer around them.
And is this a key driver to Liquidware's overall strategy of any desktop, any broker, anywhere, just kind of meeting the customer where they are?
Absolutely. Yeah. We're all about that. and giving the customer that choice into what they're going to do. If they're sticking with app fee, that's fine. We don't have any issue with that. You can manage it utilizing our platform. So, it just, as you said, gives the customers that flexibility to do whatever they want to do. Basically, if you're thinking of a long-term strategy, you may be on app fee at the moment, but we all know where app fee is going. It's going end of life pretty soon. Microsoft have already said that. But MSIX is not quite there in terms of app compatibility and conversion. It's still quite low. As I said, either you can utilize what you've got, or you can look at converting to FlexApp, or we even have FlexApp One, which is kind of our self-contained solution. So you don't need the platform. You can just manage it from things like a cloud storage share or something like that, and the application launches. It does a small installation of a service and a filter driver, and then essentially, it runs on the particular host as if it was installed locally.
I'm starting to understand flexibility, FlexApp. It's all starting to make sense now to me.
Yeah, so, there's something in the marketing there that gets you. So
makes complete sense, because as you know, with Remo 3, I spend a lot of my time working with customers laser focused on apps, right? And the common denominator there is there's not one deployment method, package method to rule them all currently today. And more importantly, specifically where those customers are on their journey, whether it's modernization, cloud initiatives, you name it, there needs to be choice, or as Liquidware puts it, flexibility.
Exactly. And as you said, not every company is at the same stage. We hear this term all the time, digital transformation, and it's such a buzzword. But at the same time, there's companies who are, and we've over the years we've heard the terms like cloud first, and that's obviously now people are going, no, hybrid is probably where we don't put all your eggs in one basket type scenario. So there's been a lot of change, I think, in terms of strategies, in terms of end user computing, and how you manage applications and deploy applications to your desktop. So I think you have to be able to give the customers that flexibility. I need to stop saying flexibility.
Got it. Great. Well, I mean, this recent release seemed to be pretty feature packed, right? So if we move down the list,
it's been a long time. It's been in quite a bit of a lot of development has gone into it, and we've really looked at what customers and end users are looking for, and really thought about features in terms of what we've given them. That's why we've got things like our FlexApp One. It can be deployed with Intune, that type of thing. Because these are the modern app deployment methods, because you don't want to have a customer to go and need an entire new platform to deploy their applications. You want to be able to utilize what they've already got. So we've very much thought about what customers are doing in their environments and the kind of features they're looking for. And that's kind of where a lot of what we're doing with this current release has come from. One of the other big features we've looked at is around triggers. So this is really interesting. So it's all about, it's there in the name essentially, but setting when an application is triggered. Is it at logon? It has uses around compliance. If you're not on the LAN, you don't get access to that application, and so on and so forth. Or, is it a particular location or time of day? All of that kind of comes into this different scenarios. There's multiple different scenarios you can set in terms of triggering an application.
It's always very important when that loop back, right, directly from your customer base makes it into not only the roadmap, but then to actually deliver it within the GA product. So that's always good to hear.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think it's very important, and that's why beta programs and the like are very important in the development cycle, because you do want to get that feedback from your customer base and give them the features they're actually looking for, not just someone internally thinks, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we do this? Well, is that something anyone actually wants? So we're laser focused on what our customers want, and that's what we look at delivering with each release. And that's potentially why, sometimes that, like, you'll know yourself with your own product, sometimes those features can take a little bit longer than expected. Sure. Due to the complexity. We all talk about simplicity, but there's a lot of complexity in the background to give you that simplicity. So
understood. The last one we have on our list today, would you mind taking a moment and explaining the predictive block caching and details around that?
With FlexApp, we have the ability to package, we say about 90% of applications. And if you look at the larger scale applications, the likes of Photoshop's, AutoCAD, they're kind of, they're pretty hefty applications. So what we have in our predictive block caching is, you have the ability to enable those applications and launch them at native speeds on the endpoint, because they've been pre-cached on that particular endpoint or desktop. So, you're not waiting for it to download or anything like that. It just launches as if it's a native application. So it doesn't matter if we have that in cloud or if it's an on-prem package, we still have that block caching in place.
Nothing more head scratching than those big hairy applications, right? When trying to change them when they were fundamentally designed or deployed to do. So that sounds very interesting. And I'm very excited to start to kick the tires with this release specifically in the lab.
Absolutely. No, there's some really cool features in it. And that one, as you said, we know these large applications, and if you're trying to stream them and stuff like that, they take forever. Whereas if you've got this kind of caching process, then it's as soon as it launches, it's instantaneous for the user. So it's just all about that end user experience, which we know is vital in what we do. So, you don't want users going, okay, is this thing ever going to launch, sitting there just, not being productive. We want to make them as highly productive as possible. So this is just one of the ways we go about increasing productivity.
User experience is vital. Well, that's fantastic information. I thank you again, James. The last question I have for anyone watching or listening, where can they go to get more information, not only around FlexApp in this release, but the entire stack of solutions Liquidware is providing?
Absolutely. Well, I suppose the first place to start is our website, liquidware.com. It has all of the information about all our various different products and solutions. We also have a YouTube channel, which has various different videos around our solutions. I personally have on there, we host our own podcast called Liquidware Chats. That's on there. The first episode is up there already. We put it out on the 11th of April, so only a couple of days ago. And then we have a bunch of we have one which is all about, it's done, our advisor series, which is done by our SEs. So it's a detailed look at how you can utilize Liquidware's products. And then we have our Spotlight series, which is all about our new products and things coming to market soon. And at the moment, we're spotlighting our new product, Command Control, which is a real-time remediation solution, which is coming later in the year. So those are the two best resources, really. Obviously, we also, we're active on social media as well. So you can reach out to myself as well. I'm on Twitter and on LinkedIn. So if anyone's looking for any more information, they can reach out to me. But I suppose the website and our YouTube channel will be good starting points.
Great. Good to know. And we'll certainly add those in the description of the video. And fortunately, that's all the time that we have today. But once again, a big thank you to James from the Liquidware team. And very exciting stuff with the new release.